Hello everybody, and welcome to Miniatures Rundown. I am Joshua.
And I'm Mitchell.
And today we're talking about the Age of Sigmar reveals from Warhammer Fest.
And there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, 10th edition was the star of the show, but Age of Sigmar also got its time in the spotlight.
Yeah, and man, there's some real gorgeous models here, even for some factions I don't really care for.
Yeah, I agree. Starting with Maw-Gruntas. Or rather, a real big Maw-Grunta.
Yeah, that is... I mean, this is the first... God, what's the name of the subfaction? Ironjawz model we've gotten since, like, Age of Sigmar 1?
Not counting the Warhammer Plus special model.
Oh,
yes.
That's true. Yeah,
this is the first Ironjawz model we've gotten in quite a while.
And it is something.
This is an armored pig so big it's got weapon sponsons.
Just play it as a Lamon Rouse in 40k.
That actually would be really funny. Going with my Aggro World conversion project.
Yeah, this thing is amazing. And it tells you, oh, that art's cool.
Yeah, great art. This is the only angle we've got so far.
Yep. There is a video, but I don't think it...
It doesn't say much.
No.
Porkamorka. So this is the first one. Neither of us play Ironjawz.
No, I am getting into orcs myself, but I have no Ironjawz yet, just Krill Boys. I might go into Ironjawz.
I also like his skull helmet.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I just really like that this is functionally a chariot.
Yeah.
Because you've got the thing that moved and then a guy on the side ready to smack a guy as he walks by.
With an axe.
This is great. Great model.
You will see a theme in today's reveals in that there's a whole lot of mounts.
Yeah. Coming back, this is the Cavaliers. So this is the second Cities of Sigmar models we've seen.
Yeah.
Second set, sorry.
Which is, because the first set was from the Adepticon reveal.
Yes, and it was the Foot Soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the Knights replacements.
Yeah, the Foot Soldiers did not impress me very much, but these guys I kind of like.
Well, to be fair, these guys are supposed to be more impressive.
Yeah,
the Foot Soldiers are your absolute bottom of the barrel. These are, presumably, they're kind of the replacement for the Empire Knights.
Yeah.
So I'm not...
Dear God, what a glow up.
Yeah. I'm not sure whether these are going to replace the Demigryph Knights, which are a model that I really like.
Yeah.
But they also call out that each one of these calls to a particular city.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this is a part of a crusade, which is a bunch of cities coming together. So there's room on the shields for the heraldry for each city that you can paint on or sculpt on. So each one of these is representing a different city. Now, I don't know which one is which off the top of my head.
I don't either.
I think it hasn't been established yet. I have a feeling this is going to be something that's established in the book.
Got it.
But yeah, these are spectacular looking models. They did a great job on the horses.
Mm-hmm. It is very hard to sculpt horses. Not realistically, but like in a cool way. And I think
that move in a cool way. Some people have pointed out this little snail guy here.
That's a snail? It is a snail.
People have pointed out that there is a, medieval illuminations, which are like the medieval manuscripts with like all the art on them that monks would draw.
Yeah.
Apparently that snail is just cut directly from a very famous one.
Wow, that's funny. References.
And these armored plates are just so detailed.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I still don't really want to buy and paint them.
Really?
Partially because they're just so much detail.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
You can skip some of it, right?
And you're going to want to paint these in, shining armor colors.
Yeah.
This is going to be somebody's Golden Demon entry next year in non-metallic metal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's going to look so good.
So, yeah, glow up from these old Empire Knights.
Terribly old.
These Cavaliers have lots of banners, lots of funny helmets. They kind of... tie in with the Bretonnian that we've also seen that we'll talk about.
Yeah.
So both the Maw-Grunta and the Cavaliers are going to be coming out kind of alongside the next chapter of Age of Sigmar. So they're basically doing Broken Realms again.
Yeah.
Or perhaps Arcs of Omen.
Yeah, we don't really know what the book is going to entail yet.
Not yet. So we don't know yet what those books will entail.
No.
But they're called Dawnbringers. And what this is all the battle tomes are going to be out.
Mm-hmm.
There's a roadmap we'll talk about at the end of this. All the battle tomes are out, but what do we do for the last year of Age of Sigmar?
Yeah.
Well, the answer is we sell you more books by giving you different rules and campaign stuff.
Woo.
So the plot is that the Dawnbringer Crusades are going out to reconquer the lands, specifically a dual crusade from Hammerhall, which Hammerhall is in both Akshai and Gairan, so both fire and life.
Okay.
So there's a crusade going from each end, basically.
Got it.
So you've got two crusades, and this is what's going to happen to them. Dawnbringers Book 1 is Harbingers, and the Harbingers are one for each Grand Alliance,
Yeah, very obviously calling to the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Yes, and very particularly this one.
Yeah.
So that's Book 1, Harbingers. We don't know. It just says offer support for all Grand Alliances.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the squig in the room.
Yeah.
Is this going to be like Broken Realms, where there was new rules
for every single faction,
which then kind of quickly got killed off by 3rd edition?
Right.
Or is this going to be more like Arcs of Omen, where the only new rules were for a separate game type that aren't really going to be affected by 10th edition?
Right. And then the models that were in it, the rules were available for free, so you didn't have to buy. And obviously, this is Sigmar compared to 40k.
Yes, and that's the problem is that Sigmar doesn't have a boarding actions for them to fob off rules onto.
Right.
So are they going to put in army rules that make you want to buy these books?
Unfortunately, I'm thinking yes.
I'm really hoping they don't.
I'm really hoping no.
But let's look at the models themselves. So first off, we've got... These are named, by the way.
Yep.
Phlugoth the Miser.
Yeah, the previous ones were also named, and then they just count as a regular...
Yeah, that's a good point. So this is the Nurgle Harbinger.
There is the scythe that has been on the rumor mill for a long time.
Yeah.
And again, that's... So the current Chaos Lord... Oh, no, the previous Chaos Lord, because they just redid that. On Mount looked very similar to this, where it was just like a standing, very sad horse.
Yeah.
And honestly, as much as I don't like Nurgle, I kind of like this model.
This is a wonderfully sculpted model.
Yeah.
I like that he's not happy.
Yeah, he's like, eh.
Yeah, the horse is not happy. There's a crow, probably not happy.
Yeah, probably. Crows are never happy.
Very disgusting. Very good Nurgle model, which means I don't like it.
Yep. I like that he has options. He has the option for the scythe or the bell.
Yep.
He has a face or the chain over the face. Usually these named models don't have a ton of options.
Yeah. And then we've got Sir Jerrion, or the Marrow Scroll Herald, which is for Flesh Eater Courts, representing death.
And this is cool.
Yeah, he's
a Flesh Eater Court guy.
Yep.
That's what he do.
Yep.
I don't mind it. Not really my jam. They're probably my least favorite of the death factions.
Definitely my least favorite of the death factions.
But he's cool and detailed, which is something that Flesh Eater Courts doesn't have a whole lot of, so I don't mind it.
Hints for the Flesh Eater Courts book, which is one of the new ones coming up.
Yep.
That this guy might serve an ominous higher power.
Oh.
So maybe the Flesh Eater Courts breaking off from Nagash.
Or they're just talking about Nagash.
That would be boring.
They wouldn't be.
They would just say Nagash.
No. Ominous higher power. Oh my god. It's Teclis.
Oh no. And then Fjori, or the Grimhold Exile. This is my least favorite one because
it's also my least favorite
it's
one.
another Fire Slayer.
It's another Fire Slayer, and dear God, does he look like a Fire Slayer?
Yeah.
He doesn't have axes, he has hammers.
That are on fire.
That are on fire. Sure. Why not?
Yep.
I don't like him. Scrolling on.
And then the one that we are most excited for.
I really, really don't like Gits.
Braggit Big-Talka, or the Rabble Rouser.
This model is amazing.
This model is fantastic. He's wearing a squig skull hat.
He's wearing a squig skull, and he has little squig bats.
He's got squig bats. This is the upgraded version of Bat Hair Vampire Lady.
It's calling back to Bat Hair Lady.
I want to use one of these as my hype min for Necromunda somehow. I don't care.
Maybe turn those into, like, maracas.
Yeah, this is just an amazing looking model. Not just because of the squigs, although the squigs are a big part of it.
Yeah, they're great.
I want a unit of those.
Yeah, like a squig swarm,
or a full size unit that like
those
are big, like squig size, but with wings.
Yeah. Is there already a unit that's no,
not a flying squig?
No, not a flying squig.
They just functionally have flying because that's how they do the bouncing.
That's how the bounce works.
So this is our favorite. They saved the best for last.
They did. It's really good. And then these are going to be in Regiments of Renown, which is what is
so
down.
You'll get rules, and alongside all the lore, you'll get rules for these 4 new heroes, each of which can also be taken as a part of a unique Regiment of Renown led by the Herald. Plus, there's new Path to Glory, battle pack with new quests, territory rules, veteran abilities, and battle plans. And I'm guessing these are the Regiments of Renown.
Yeah. So some Puskeboil, Blight Kings, and Blight Lords.
Yep. And of course the Herald.
And the Herald. Whole bunch of ghouls and then big ghouls.
Yep. Those are all the same model, right?
Those are all just copy pasted over and over again.
Control C, Control V.
Sorry, Kevin.
Who knew that the dwarves perfected cloning technology? You thought it was just Leagues of Votan. No, they did it here first.
Oh my god.
And then last and but certainly not least,
is that has the Gabapalooza in it.
It does.
That's probably why that's been out of stock for so long.
This is a greatest hit of the best models in this faction.
Yeah, that's true.
I might get that box.
Really?
Here's what I'm hoping, and here's what I fear. I fear that they will only be available in those boxes for quite a long time.
Yep, that's probably what's going to happen.
Basically like Broken Realms boxes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Which really sucks.
Yeah, but I like that there's more Regiments of Renown. I hope that is all that's in that book.
Yes. That's what I'm hoping, because it doesn't say anything else.
Yeah, it says Path to Glory, Regiments of Renown, and the War Scrolls for these models, and I hope that's it. That'd be great.
That would be fantabulous.
And then we have the roadmap.
The roadmap.
Updated roadmap.
So some of which we've already seen. We already knew Seraphon's coming out in summer.
Yep.
Which, boy, sucks because it's April and I want to actually get my hands on some of those new models. There's also
It was in an army box. What do you expect? You play guard.
Better.
No.
There's also the new General's Handbook coming in summer.
Yep.
And that's when the first Harbingers will drop.
Mm-hmm.
In autumn, we'll get Cities of Sigmar, Book 2 of Harbingers, and Book 3 of Harbingers.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's every 3 months. So this will be like
fair.
June or July, and then September, and then October.
Yeah.
Or November. And then winter, we'll get Book 4, and then this mysterious red tome.
Yeah. And Flesh Eater Quartz is not on here, so would that be Flesh Eater Quartz?
Possibly. I really hope so.
Me too.
But it seems weird they wouldn't just put it on here.
Yeah. Because it's the last freaking battle tome.
Right. Or that's Lumineth.
No, it's Lumineth, but Flesh Eater Quartz are in the Lumineth book.
That's because they're serving Teclis.
Because they're serving Teclis. It all comes back around.
But wait, there's more.
Oh my gosh.
Pious Heroes and Deluded Cannibals. So speaking of Stormcast and Flesh Eater Quartz, we have the final Warcry box of this season.
Mm-hmm.
So the final part of
the Meat Trees season.
Thank God.
Yeah, same.
I'm not. I'm not sad.
Has lasted so long.
I'm not sad to see this go. This is the 2020 of seasons.
Yes.
So it's Nightmare Quest, which is not a good name.
It's not. I feel like they used this one already.
We have the Quester Soulsworn, who are, I mean, they're more Stormcast.
Yeah, I like the guy with the skull face.
Yeah, He-Man.
We were just talking about Skeletor.
I like the giant axe.
Sure, like none of these.
A lot of ladies in this box.
That's true. None of these guys are really taking. Sorry, gals are really taking me.
No, I like his mustache.
Yeah,
I mean
go back to the one with the big axe.
That's Ram Man, and that's that's Man at Arms, and his mustache, and that's Skeletor.
Is this a Master of the Universe themed?
Yes.
The one with the big axe is pretty cool.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
That model. I'm assuming that many of these will have alternate build options, as they usually do.
Yeah, for the Warcry boxes, they usually do.
And then you have the Royal Beast Flayers, which, I'm sorry, even if you're deluded, when you call yourself a Beast Flayer, you're probably not a good person.
Yeah, I don't think an actual royal would name themselves anything Flayer.
Right, yeah.
I am the Flayer of evil. No, you're evil.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
Send out the Awful Hounds. Yeah, so let's talk about it. These are gross.
They are gross.
Which is a good thing.
Can we go left?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
If they just made the regular ghouls look like this, I would be happy.
That's kind of what's disappointing about this, is that ghouls are one of the teams that really, 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 really needs a refresh. Yes. They look awful.
Hopefully.
And not the kind of awful that we're talking about with these.
Hopefully, this is an indication of what a new box of ghouls would look like.
Yeah, because
they look great.
And then we get to
the worst models I've ever seen. I hate these models.
They're weird. Those are the awful hounds, but they look more like weird chimpanzee baboon things.
Yeah. So I was discussing this with a friend of the show, Sean.
Yes.
And he agrees that these should have been hyenas.
Or, yeah, that would be great.
Hyenas would have made sense for Flesh Eater Quartz.
Carrion, yeah.
Not baboons.
These look like, this is the deepest deep cut. These look like dark beasts from RuneScape.
That is a deep cut.
Shout out to the one person who's going to get that.
Fiber comments.
Yes.
These are god awful. If I ever get this, exactly. If I ever get this box, I will throw them away.
No, sell them to somebody who's going to like them.
Nobody likes them.
They're very characterful, but good God, I don't like that character.
They're so bad. And again, they're ridiculous. You're right. They're characterful. They're ridiculously detailed, but they could have picked something better.
Yeah, I don't get what these have to do with
Flesh Eater Courts.
I guess that's because they were people. So they've been kind of transformed into thinking they're hounds.
Yeah, but why aren't they monkeys?
Because they were people. And they didn't do as good a job of that as that one Fleshhound cosplayer from the corn box.
Yeah, these should have been pets. They should have been like rabid hyenas or cats or something.
Yeah.
Like that ate undead flesh. Why did these monkeys turn ghoul?
Ooh,
I don't like it.
No. I tell you what I do like though is I like this broken down Realm Shaper engine. Now these trees and these bridges are exactly the same as the ones we've seen before.
Really?
Those are nothing new. The only new...
You mean they're pulling a kill team?
Yeah. The only new thing in this box is this Realm Shaper engine. I just like the Realm Shaper engine in general.
It is cool.
As a piece.
Yeah.
Not enough for me to buy this box in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Because I don't care much for the Stormcast or the Flesh Eater Courts.
No.
But when this comes out alone as a terrain piece, I could see myself getting this.
That's fair.
Just to use with my Seraphon, who will also be getting Realm Shaper engine.
Having Realm Shaper engine, yeah.
And they do call out that both of these will also be in AOS with their own War Scrolls before long.
Yeah, they always are.
And then we also get...
a Warcry roadmap.
I didn't realize this was here. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, really? I saw it.
So this comes in spring,
Uh-huh.
that means this is soon.
Yeah, because that's pre-10th edition.
Yeah.
So yeah, like maybe next week?
This could be in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then summer, a starter set for new players.
Yep. So it's the beginning of the next season.
Yes. And we'll see what that brings.
Yeah.
Please, no more meat or trees.
Please stop.
Just leave behind the concept of a forest.
Yeah.
Order versus Destruction.
4 new warbands.
Yes.
With Order versus Destruction.
That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
What does that
agree.
mean?
I don't know if that means 2 of them are Order and 2 are Destruction, or if there's 1 Order, 1 Destruction, and then 2 they don't want to talk about.
That's an excellent point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
We will see.
And then 2 warbands, Order versus Death, and then to be, I don't know what C is.
Continued?
To be continued, sure.
Yeah, that's weird. This just doesn't say TBD or something.
To be announced, TBA. 2 new warbands, nothing new in spring.
Yeah.
When a whole year. They didn't even have to put that.
Nope. But they had to make it a full year.
Yeah, that's true.
And last, but well, certainly not least if you're of a certain persuasion.
Yeah.
We have some old world stuff and kind of a reveal of how they're going to do this. That's the more important thing here.
Yeah. This does show a few models, but it's definitely more their mindset on it.
So for number one, they're specifically calling out Bretonnians and Tomb Kings because those are 2 armies that will never, ever, ever be in Age of Sigmar.
Nope.
They're 2 armies that they were functionally discontinued because they are the least unique and copyrightable armies that GW ever made. They're just ancient Egyptians and they're just Arthurian knights.
Yep.
Which is fine. That's not a criticism of Warhammer for doing that, because they were still cool. Yeah. I think so. I'm probably more fond of them than you are.
I'm okay with Tomb Kings, because I'm just a fan of undead, but the Bretonnians, man, I just don't like them.
So we've got, what we're seeing is a new Tomb King hero and a new Bretonnian hero. Mm-hmm. Here's the Tomb King.
And honestly, I know you don't.
Yeah, I don't care for this.
I really like the detail on this model.
See, and this is partially me being spoiled by the Total War Warhammer Tomb Kings.
That's true.
Where the face is more fleshy undead. It's falling apart a little bit more. It looks more like Imhotep from the Mummy.
That's fair.
Whereas this just looks like a dude who doesn't have a rib cage, or who has a hole in his ribs, I should say. I relate with that right now, but
the inside joke.
Yes, yeah, inside me. I have a fractured rib. I was in an accident. I'm fine. Anyway.
Yeah, but I think he looks good. I don't know why it never occurred to me that they would be doing new Tomb Kings models.
Well, here's the thing. We didn't know.
Yeah.
Because they were kind of implying they were doing some new things, but also they made it pretty clear that some things they were just bringing back.
Yeah.
And so what this says to me is that they're going to be making some new heroes, but just bringing back some of the other things in plastics.
I can agree with that.
So otherwise, this guy looks great. If I could head swap him with a some other kind of Egyptian idol, like maybe a Anubis head or a Set head or a Bastet head.
If you got good enough with green stuff, you could probably do it, or like chip out his cheeks and make it more stretched.
Maybe,
that would be cool.
Or just replace it with a skeleton head.
Yeah, just a regular skeleton.
The one from the Stormcast kit.
Yeah, make him Skeletor.
And so we've got Tomb King.
Does he have a name?
It's just the Tomb King.
Oh, okay.
Nehekara, Tomb King. And then we've got...
the coach shows his back first.
Yeah, then we have the man demanding a shrubbery. He's wearing the same antlers as the shrubbery guy.
The shrubbery hat.
So this model, I know you really don't care for because you don't give a rodent about.
I generally don't like just a human model, and knights aren't really my thing. The only thing I like about this particular model is that you can see the sword sticking through the orc head in his mouth.
Yeah, like
and that's the coolest part.
I can't zoom in here. Oh, here's a zoom in. Look at that.
Yeah.
You can see the sword going through.
The detail on that is very cool. They didn't have to do that.
I love the meat back here that he's just like carrying around his entire kit with him.
He's on a quest.
Yeah. I appreciate this model. It looks really cool to me. I don't love Bretonnians, but man, that is a cool looking model.
Yeah, not a fan, but it is the best. It is the best Bretonnian model I have personally seen.
Which is fair because the rest are 20 years old.
Yes.
Worth noting, he doesn't seem to come on a horse in this, which is weird for a Bretonnian figure because they're kind of long.
Their whole thing is horse.
But he might come with a cavalry option that we just don't know about.
That would be cool. And this is just the first one they finished.
Yeah, and that's all we've seen. So that's it for Age of Sigmar and Old World and Warcry.
Yeah.
From Warhammer Fest so far. Tomorrow, or well, when you're listening to this, it'll be today. They'll have talked about Kill Team, and we will also be talking about that
because we are Kill Team fans.
For all of this, obviously, I'm excited for the Seraphon. Harbingers I'm worried about, but I'm...
from the looks of it, from the description, it is more of a Crusade-esque...
It looks like I don't need to be worried.
Yeah.
It does look like I need to be worried about picking up that model, the Squig Hype Man, without picking up that entire box.
Yeah, that's...
Which I'm not a fan of, because the Broken Realms boxes were kind of a mess, if you recall.
Yeah, I do. Well, and some of them didn't even have the new models in it.
Nope.
Which was stupid.
Yeah. So anyway, we're just redos.
Anyway,
that's it from us. Let us know down below if there's any of this you're super hyped for, especially Old World, because we're not super familiar with that.
Yeah.
And until next time.
Bye-bye.